Firstly, I think one of the main postulates is the unity of the SCO countries, a positive agenda, and joint economic projects. In this context, our investment work with China is very important. Accordingly, the Russian Direct Investment Fund, together with China's Sovereign Fund and other Chinese investors, have already made more than 50 joint investments in Russia, and these projects have attracted over 800 billion rubles. It is very important that these are projects in infrastructure, in technology, in industrial production, in the agricultural sector. These investments will certainly increase. It is also important that the Russian Direct Investment Fund, together with the Sovereign Fund of China, is a key analyst, and those who support the projects of the Intergovernmental Commission on Investment Cooperation between Russia and China. And this commission now has 86 such projects, totaling 18 trillion rubles. These are very large-scale joint investments by Chinese corporations in Russia, which will again increase. As examples of SCO projects, as examples of projects supported by the Russian Direct Investment Fund, today we are announcing 3 new projects. The first project is an investment together with the Chinese Railways, with their real estate fund, in a center in Beijing for Russian-Chinese business, cultural and economic cooperation. This center will actually become such a point of attraction for Russian-Chinese businesses, Russian-Chinese companies that work on joint projects. We are also announcing with a foundation from Hainan a new fund for technology companies, again Russian-Chinese, which will support our cooperation in the technological sphere. We are also announcing a joint structure with the Sichuan Chamber of Commerce, which will also support the entry of Russian companies into the Chinese market, and we see this as a very big prospect. Accordingly, Russian-Chinese investment cooperation is a very important element of economic cooperation within the SCO. It is important that economic cooperation within the SCO is not only global, economic and positive top-level cooperation, but these are concrete projects that make it possible to improve the lives of our citizens. Today, Russian President Vladimir Putin, as you heard, announced a possible joint payment system for the SCO countries. These are large-scale projects that help our citizens better interact and focus on economic growth, which, as we know, is significantly outpacing the economic growth of the SCO countries, the growth of Western economies. Joint Russian-Chinese projects are very much in the spotlight right now. Russian-American projects have happened before and have potential. But of course, Russia is considering joint Russian-Chinese-American projects, including in the Arctic and the energy sector. We see that here we do not need to separate projects into Russian-Chinese or Russian-American. We see that it is possible to invest jointly, including both Chinese and American investors, in joint projects, including hydrocarbon projects in the Arctic. It is important for investors to unite. Not only that, joint investments can be a stabilizing element in the future, including in political interaction.